Get a little cash, shake it real fast, get a little more money. 大家好，我是 Eddie， 欢迎来到你好汉语。What's up, my Eddie again? Welcome to another episode of Nihao Chinese. Today's lesson is all about Chinese currency. I feel like it's a super important topic to share with you. I mean, you got used money everywhere and you have to tell the different notes, right? Although there is an interesting little fact that in China, we actually tend to use electronic way to pay for things. For example, we use WeChat, right? You know WeChat is a chatting app. However, we can also use it to pay for everything. And also we have Alipay. Just think what I said as something like Apple Pay or PayPal. Alright, with that being said, let's get started. 我们开始吧。First, you have to know how to say Chinese currency in Chinese. As you know, in America, they use dollars. In Australia, they use Australian dollars. In England, they use pound. In China, we use 人民币. 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 人民币 means the Chinese money, Chinese currency. And for some of the foreigners who don't know how to speak Chinese, they usually say RMB because RMB is the initial letter of each character. But now you're studying Chinese with ChineseEddieG, then you have to know how to say Chinese money, which is 人民币. And the quantifier for 人民币 is called 元. 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 Yuan actually is a little formal. I believe that in real life, you only hear few people saying yuan. Most of the time, we say kuai, kuai, kuai. I always say kuai. I barely say yuan. Probably I only see yuan, this character, in textbooks or in written form. But in real life, the spoken Chinese, we always say kuai. For example, if you want to say 3 RMB, you say 3块, 3块, 3块. That means 3 RMB because 3 is a number, means 3, and 块 is the quantifier for counting money. 3块, that means 3 RMB. Of course, you can say 3元, 3元. 3元. Well, I don't say that, I say 3块. Alright, now it's time for us to see some real Chinese currency notes. And I bring you this one first. This is 一块. 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 That's 1 RMB. Take a closer look. Okay, now you can see there is a great person on the front side of this currency. This guy right here is Chairman Mao. His name is Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong. Okay, and we call him Chairman Mao. He's a great man. He's the very first president since China has become independent. Okay, since the real PRC, People's Republic of China, has developed, and he is so great. That's why his face, his portrait is on the front side of all the currency. And now we have this one. This is 五块. 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 五块, that means 5 RMB. Oh, and also this note is with the purple color, and just now I showed you this one. This is 一块. 一块 is the green color, just like the dollar. Now this one is 十块. 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 Or you can say 十元. Remember, I think yuan is a little formal. In real life, we say 块. It's more casual and natural. It just sounds more correct. And if you turn to the back, you will realize there is pinyin here, and it says yuan. That's called yuan. Yuan. Yuan, just now I told you, is the formal way to say the Chinese currency, but of course this is on the note, on the money, so it's a formal situation. That's why it writes as yuan. It's the written form, right? But in spoken Chinese you say kuai, so it says 10 yuan, 10 yuan, which means 10 RMB. And now we have 20 kuai, 20 kuai, 20 kuai, right? Every note has Chairman Mao on the front cover, so you can realize that how important this guy is. And then we have 50, 50 kuai, 50 kuai, 50 kuai, okay? And 50 kuai is the green color again, just like the color of the US dollar. And finally, we have the biggest note of Chinese money, that's 100 RMB. Well, actually 100 is already the biggest note. I'm not sure about the past, probably we'll have bigger note, but right now 100 is the biggest, and you say 100 kuai, 100 kuai, 100 kuai. 100 kuai is the red color. You know that 1 is number 1, and I said 百. 百 literally means 100. So if you want to say 100, you say 100, 100, and then you put the money quantifier 块, 100 块. Okay, I love this. This is my favorite. I wish I have millions of 100 块. Then I am gonna be a freaking rich man and I don't need to work anymore. And also in Spring Festival, which is the traditional Chinese New Year, right? You know, the adults are going to give the red packets, which means the lucky money, to the youngsters. Like if you're a child or even a teenager, you can receive the lucky money, which in China we call red packet. We call red packet, and in Chinese we say 红包, 红包, 红包. So basically, the adults will give the children, the youngsters, 红包, and they put 100 yuan, they put 100 kuai, they put 100 kuai in the 红包, and it means lucky money. Okay guys, I think it's time for us to review. I'm just gonna show you again, and please read after me, okay? Now this one is 一块, 一块, 一块. And 5块, 5块, 5块. Now 10块, 10块, 10块. 20块, 20块, 20块. 50块, 50块, 50块. Finally, we have the biggest note, 100块, 100块, 100块. I feel like I'm auctioning. Guys, and we also have Chinese coins, okay? And I'm gonna show you these 3 basic ones. Okay, now take a close look at this one. I'm not sure if you can see it. It says 一角, 一角, 一角. So 角, well, 一角 kind of like a dime in the US currency, because you need 10 of this to equal 1 RMB, 一块. Okay, you need 10 of this. The name for this again, it's called 一角, 一角, 一角. But actually for this one, in spoken Chinese, we say 一毛, 一毛, 一毛. We don't say 一角, we say 一毛 in spoken Chinese because it just sounds more natural. However, on the coin it says 一角. I guess it is more formal and in the written way. And now let's take a look at this one. This one looks like a copper and it says 五角. On the coin it says 五角, 五角, 五角. You need 2 of this one, okay? 2 of them, it will become 1 RMB, which means 一块. 2 of them will become 一块, Okay. Finally, we have 一块. 一块, the coin version of 一块. And on the front side, it says 一元. 一元. You guys remember yuan, right? Yuan is like a formal way to say the Chinese currency. But in spoken English, we tend to say 一块. Okay, this is the 一块. And if you take a look at the back, it is a flower. It is chrysanthemum flower. Well, because we have the coin version and the paper version of 一块, 1 RMB, and then I want to show you together, these two are equal. The only difference is this is coin and this is the note. And for coins, this is already the biggest one. This is 一块. We don't have any other coins which have bigger values than this 一块, 1 RMB. Okay, this is already the biggest value for coins. And for note, you have to know the biggest note is 100 yuan, which means 100块. 100块. Alright, it's so much easier than the Korean and the Japanese money, because if you have been to Japan and Korea, these two countries, you know their notes are crazily big. They're big as freak. Alright, at the end of this video, I'd like to share with you how to read the price in a shopping mall or in a supermarket, in a restaurant and everything. So I'm going to combine different notes or different coins together and let's say them out. For example, this is 五块, 五块, and this is what? Just now I told you this is 五毛, 五毛. What is 五毛? You need 2 of this 五毛 to make 1 RMB, to make 一块, right? So if I put these two together, and if you buy a bottle of drink and it happens to be this, how do you read? It is 五块, 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 because they're both 5. The only difference is the quantifier, because this is 块, this is 毛, 块, 毛, 块, 毛, right? You don't actually need to say 毛 anymore. You just say 五块, 五块, you only need to say 块, and you delete the quantifier of the coin. Okay, you don't say 毛, you just say 五. And now I'm going to put 100块, 100块, and 50块, 50块, and 5块, 5块, all together. And if we add them up, how to say the price? It is 155块, 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 155块. What about 100 and only 1? How to say this together? 101, it is 101块, 101块, 101块. Ling is 0 in Chinese. 101块, 101块. Now, what if you buy something really cheap, only need the coins but not the bigger notes? For example, if I show you 一块 and 五毛, these two together, let's say a bottle of water, okay? Bottled water in China, well, it's not going to be too expensive. And then let's say it is 1.5 or 150. How do you say? 一块五, 一块五, 一块五. Of course, you can say 一块五毛. You can say 毛 because that is the quantifier for this coin, right? But we just try to be casual and lazy. We say 一块五, 一块五. Remember, in Chinese currency, we don't usually say dot or point. You know what I mean? For example, if you go to America or UK, if you want to go shopping and the price says 19.99, okay, let's say 19.99. You don't really say 19.99 because it sounds really weird. You just say 19.99, 19.99, okay? Or you can say 19 pound or $19, and then you say 99 cents or penny. In China, it's the same. We don't usually say the dot. We don't usually say dot or point. But just be careful with my word choice, okay? I said we almost don't say that. In some cases, we still say that, but it's rare. Today, I just tell you in most cases, how do we read the price? How do we read money? I hope this is a useful lesson to you. And if you like my videos, please don't forget to subscribe my channel, to like and to comment, to share my videos. I really appreciate. 好了，今天就到这里了，我们下次见，再见。